Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Nick from Wasabi, and today we're going to be talking about Phantogram's newest album, Memory of a Day. So, for those of us that are familiar with this duo's shadowy, atmospheric trip hop origins, which are very reminiscent of Portishead, particularly after their first few stellar albums such as Eyelid Movies, Voices, and Three, there's such a deep contrast between their earlier work and the new album that they put out, which is by far some of their most palatable explorations. So fast forward to 2024, Sarah Barthel and Josh Carter, the inseparable core of Phantogram, their childhood friends who forged their musical bond after years of shared history, initially as Charlie Everywhere in 2007 before finding their electronic rock and dream pop sound in 2009, they've returned with their fifth studio album, Memory of a Day. So, following up 2020's Ceremony, this new offering sees them collaborating with the likes of Mickey Echo and Semisonic's Dan Wilson, both of which reportedly injected fresh perspectives and ideas into their songwriting process. And fresh is definitely a good descriptor for this journey that the album takes us on. The album kicks off with Jealousy, the opening track, which starts with a solid foundation, a repetitive groove that establishes the album's atmosphere. While it's a well-crafted piece, it doesn't quite deliver the punch you might expect from an opener, especially settling in without a huge burst of initial energy. Personally, I think it's okay. It's not the best intro. Phantogram is all right on this. Thankfully, it wasn't meant to be. The lead single from this album immediately picks up the pace. This track shines with an infectious melody and a fun, upbeat vibe. The bright synths and Barthel's vocals are front and center, making it clear why the band chose this track in particular to be the representation for the album in the first place. I like this one a lot. The instruments in the background are pretty good. The vocals are very catchy. Honestly, this track in particular just makes me instantly think about driving by the ocean on a summer night. You have the windows rolled down. It's just that kind of chill, spacey vibe. A good note to make about this album so far is that it showcases a more pronounced guitar presence. And that starts to subtly weave even in these earlier tracks on the record. So next up would be the song All a Mystery. It brings a shift towards a more dramatic, almost 80s rock ballad feel. It's one of the album's most cinematic moments, featuring a striking a cappella pre-chorus that just explodes into such a powerful chorus. The emotional build here is particularly noteworthy, even if the overall track feels a little too brief. So for me, this one is fine, but could have been better. Phantogram did a solid enough job. The lyrics are okay, I guess, and the beat is fine. You know, it's definitely worth noting just how repetitive this song is, which is definitely a common issue with this album. Next up is the song Feedback Invisible, which changes gears with Carter taking on the lead vocals, which is definitely a welcome refresh. While it stands strong and has some engaging moments, such as its disc effect tinge, it ultimately lacks that dynamic push seen in other parts of the album, leaving it feeling a little weak despite its initial promise. I actually think this one is a bit underrated. Phantogram did a pretty good job, and while the production isn't the best, the lyrics are better than average for them. Having Josh Carter take over the lead vocals with Barthel singing the pre-chorus and chorus definitely provides a much needed and interesting dynamic for the track. However, moments of genuine magic do pierce through, and the song Attaway is a prime example of that. This track showcases a gradual and compelling build that culminates in a truly goosebump-inducing peak moment. The way it strips back towards the end of the track definitely leaves a lasting impression and highlights that more pronounced guitar presence we mentioned earlier. Personally, for me, this is definitely my favorite track on the album. I love the beat, and while the lyrics are unfortunately a little below average even for Phantogram, the overall vibe of the track is amazing. Next up, we have the song Running Through Colors, which keeps the momentum going with a bold and confident sound right from the start. It delivers another solid dose of Phantogram's signature electronic pop magic, a vibrant and energetic offering that leans more overtly into those synthesized roots. To me, this one is slightly underrated. The lyrical aspect isn't great, but the beat alone is like a solid B plus, A minus. So I still dig it purely for that. However, for those of us that are older fans of the band and that were captivated by the awkward tension, push and pull of their earlier work, some of that signature shadowy allure definitely feels diminished in certain moments. That being said, in my opinion, the most old school type of Phantogrammy song on this album is the song I Wanna Know. The twisted orchestral production stands out as one of the album's most intriguing tracks. Barthel's vocals here lean more towards a grungier, almost unpolished style reminiscent of Kate Bush. The eerie, atmospheric synths create an almost dreamlike quality that definitely lingers with you well after the song is over, even if that descent into the hushed screams feels somewhat underdeveloped. I mean, I would definitely put this one just behind Adway in terms of my favorite tracks on the album. The intense build up to the finish is just so trippy, with both Josh and Sarah contributing to the vocal work. On the other hand, the song Ashes, while perfectly fine and contributing to the album's overall energy with its alternative rock vibe, doesn't quite leave a significant lasting impression, at least to me. I think this one is just okay. The vocals are good and the beat is alright. Similarly, their song Come Alive, another synth-laden pop cut, is an enjoyable track and fits well within the album's sonic landscape, but doesn't quite particularly stand out as a groundbreaking moment on the album. It definitely contributes to the overall vibe of the album, and it kind of makes me feel like when I'm listening to it that I'm walking through like an Old Navy or a mall or something, and it's just something on the radio. So as we reach the final stretch on the album, we have the song Move in Silence. This is a compelling track. It showcases their signature dark electronic rock sound with a driving beat and ethereal vocals from Sarah Barthel. Lyrically hinting at guardedness, the song layers unique textures like a xylophone over a robust theme, creating a hypnotic and captivating journey that lingers with you. It's a strong example of their ability to craft these sonically rich and emotionally resonating pop music. I mean, I definitely dig this one. It's a little different from the rest, but I like it. Next up, we have the song Happy Again, which is another prime example of that very rock-influenced kind of sound that's present on the record. It's driven by strong drum work and a very prominent guitar. It adds a much-needed lift in the track list, feeling like the perfect soundtrack for a dramatic scene with its energy and emotion. Definitely think that Phantogram did a solid job with this track. Finally, we arrive at the title track, Memory of a Day, which beautifully wraps up the album. The interplay between both Barthel and Carter's vocals, combined with an acoustic element, definitely adds a layer of warmth and emotional depth to the track and the album. It's without a doubt a fitting and reflective finale for this piece of work. With this track, I think they did a really good job. I like the instruments, I like the way that the vocals were done. Ultimately, Memory of a Day presents a collection of perfectly fine, bright, forward-facing pop songs. It's undeniably more listenable and perhaps more cohesive, but it leaves behind some of the sweaty complexities that initially made Phantogram so buzzy and fascinating. While with this album, some tracks do tend to blur together, overall it's a polished and visually evocative body of work and knows exactly what it's trying to go for. It's a rich, immersive, and cinematic journey that just paints these such striking visuals. But here's the thing, Memory of a Day feels like a testament to the enduring bond between both Barthel and Carter. Their chemistry remains undeniable, and the album's production is stellar. The energy behind each track is engaging, and their ingenuity feels as inspired as ever. It's a truly electrifying, multi-dimensional collection showcasing a band unafraid to grow and evolve at this stage in their career. So what's my final verdict on Phantogram's Memory of a Day? It's a vibrant and well-crafted journey showcasing their continued evolution through each individual track. So while it might not fully recapture the shadowy magic of their earlier work, it definitely offers a fresh and colorful chapter in their sonic story. It's a solid record that'll definitely connect with both longtime fans and newcomers alike, with its mix of both 80s and 90s influences, modern production, and emotional depth. Alright guys, so I told you what I think about this album. Sound off below in the comments what you think of my review, what you think of this album, and what you think I should review next. And most importantly, make sure to hit like and subscribe below, and the bell.